Mm. You, hello, everyone. Welcome to Stock Talk Live with Tim. I'm Tim McKenzie. Thank you so much for being on the night. And for certainly, I know it has been a while. Let me see if I can zoom in here and see who all is on. Patrick and Tammy Bates Jenkins, good evening to you as well. Good evening to you, classmate Angie Behrens. And yeah, there was no audio because I actually signed on and then I was on the phone with a very important phone call. So that's over. So here I am. Then good evening to CJ the Money Man. CJ the Money Man. Some of you, I know by now. I don't know. Well, what I wanted some of you to do, I don't know if you can do it here, CJ and Angie and Deborah. I don't know if you all can do that, but when you get an opportunity, take a picture of your t-shirt, wearing your t-shirt, and post it either here or post it on our Stocks Talk Live with Tim page so you can see the t-shirt. I would like for it, there's a couple more individuals that I have to send t-shirts to, but I would like for, and I would like for everyone, I don't think I have mine around. I don't know if I have mine around. CJ, I don't know if you can post a copy of yours because I think the others are in the car. I don't know where mine is, but it is a pretty nice t-shirt. I want everybody to have a t-shirt. I want everybody to at least post on Stocks Talk Live with Tim Facebook page and here, if you get an opportunity, a copy of you wearing your t-shirt so others can see. That's advertisement. That's advertisement for those of you who are from the United States of America. And so help us with that. Post your t-shirts. Now here, those of you who does not have t-shirt, this is what I want you to do. If you do not have a t-shirt already, this is what I want you to do. Of course, you know, everything that I do is I don't charge anybody for absolutely anything, but this is what I want you to do. I'm not asking you to pay for the t-shirt. I'm not asking you to pay for the t-shirt. I don't need you to pay for the t-shirt. But what I would like for you to do, for those of you who will get an opportunity to see the t-shirt, very nice t-shirt, I need you to DM me your size, even if you want to size up, because I think they're 100% cotton. DM me your size, and then what's you call the word? The word is Cash App, and then Cash App me $5. What is the $5 for? This $5 is shipping and handling. Shouldn't I pay more than that for the t-shirts, right? And so all I'm asking you to pay is the $5 for shipping and handling. So if you would like a copy of the t-shirt, and certainly I wish I had a copy around, a sample around. I know they're all in the car because I have them packed and everything and ready to be shipped. So if you would like a t-shirt, DM me, text me if you know my phone number, DM me if you do not, your size, your address, and then Cash App me $5. And then I don't know. Let me see. What is my Cash App? Y'all know my Cash App? Let me see. What is my Cash App? My Cash App is, and I'll say this again. CJ, can you post this for me? Can you post this for me? Somebody, I want to Cash App my, tell them my Cash App. My Cash App name is what? I don't even know. My Cash App is $, the Polo Guy. $, ThePologui. $ThePologui, the $. Excuse me, the Polo Guy. That is my Cash App. $, no, THE, not duh. Not duh like that. THE, the Polo Guy. THE, the Polo Guy. Very good. Thank you. So just send me the $5 for your shipping and handling fee. And your address and your size. I want everybody to have a copy of the t-shirt, and I want everybody to post with their t-shirt on. All right. And so please order your t-shirt, get your t-shirt order. And I know William Taylor, you're just coming on. We've been talking about the t-shirts are out. The t-shirts are out. We want everybody to have a copy of the t-shirts. And certainly I paid more than $5 for it, but all I'm asking you is pay the DM me your dollars, DM me your $5 for shipping and handling, and then DM me your name and address to include your zip code, please, because I don't know everybody's zip code. So please do that, and so everyone can get a copy of the t-shirt. The Polo Guy is my Cash App. The Polo Guy is my Cash App. Okay, thank you all so much for that. I think I'll talk about that again at the very end for those who come in later on. Now, I said earlier that one of my followers, one of my cousins, asked me on yesterday, said, what is today? Is it Monday or is it Tuesday? And the reason he asked that was because of the fact that the market was so terrible on yesterday, it looked like a Tuesday. Would y'all agree? At least for me. I don't know about you. It looked like that for me. The market was that bad on yesterday that it actually looked like a Tuesday. and my internet has been terrible, so I can't even get this. I can't even get my Cash App. I mean, not Cash App. My whatchamacallit to come up for today. But I don't know what's wrong. Am I on even internet? Let me try something different. So how was it for you? How was the stock market for you? How was the stock market for you today? It was bad, terrible today. And even though I can't get it, I don't know why I can't get into it. I think it's my internet. The weather here is bad. I think the weather here is bad on the whole East Coast. So my internet has been in and out. I'm probably sounding choppy right now. Y'all go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and like this video, please. If you have not done so, like this video to send that algorithm to YouTube. Now, one of the things, what did I promise last? What did I promise last? If you remembered, if you remembered, we promised to talk more about the charts, right? We promised to talk about the charts when we talk again, which is now, because we haven't been on for a couple of nights. Certainly I have not been up to it. But here we are nonetheless. Here we are nonetheless. All right. Again, for those who had what do you call it? Puts. For those who have puts, that's how tired I am, y'all. Those who had puts, you probably did pretty good. But for the most part, the market was moving kind of sideways, right? So you weren't losing, nor were you you weren't losing, nor were you gaining. It wasn't going up, so you're gaining a whole lot, nor was it going down, so you're losing a whole lot. It moved sideways today, that snake effect, right? Today. So you would lose and gain and lose and gain and lose and gain. And then at the end of the day, what did you end up as? With the losing end or the end or the winning end on the stock market? I think I'm going to try this by turning on my Wi-Fi in the house. Maybe that'll be better. All right, let's try that to see if that works. All right. So the market was horrible to say the least. The last 2 days. I was thinking, child tax credit is going out again this week. It started to go out again this week, and then of course we heard some infrastructure bills were passed on last week. But it seems as though, for the most part, that stuff did not make a difference. What matters most is the pulling out of Afghanistan. You would not believe how rich the war in Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait, the war has made so many people rich. I'm talking literally rich, to the point that they have put their businesses, went public with their business on the stock market. A friend of mine that I joined the Army with in 1983, we came up the ranks together. He went to warrant officer school a year after I did. We climbed the ranks of warrant officer together. And then I retired 1 year, and then he retired 2 years after me. He has a big contract with the Pentagon. And I'm talking literally rich. I'm talking a millionaire. But now, because of the draw out of Afghanistan and other areas, his business is not making a lot of money. So when people were thinking that, hey, the war is going to go on forever and forever and ever, and this is a show in or a show win, I'm going to be making this for money. Well, Biden, 46, has surprised them, right? And pulled out the way he did. And for businesses, they don't like that. Now, when you see, let's just be honest, he's Democrat. When you see other Democrats are upset with him because of the way he did, they're not upset with him because of the way he did things. We have been saying that we're going to come out of Afghanistan since President Obama, 44 ran for president, and he kind of drew down slowly. And then now this president, 46, abruptly leaves Afghanistan. A whole lot of business are folding. Remember, there are civilians who were going over there and making $170,000 a year just to get out of the army and go back over there as a civilian and make $170,000 a year, because certain companies that I know the name of those companies was hiring those people to do that. Well, now those companies are folding. We don't need y'all anymore. So now those people, hopefully they paid off their house like a cousin of mine did when he went over there for 4 years. He retired from the Navy, went over there for 4 years, made $165,000 tax-free for 4 years. Before he went over there, had bought a brand new house on James Island, put a house on his family property, so he didn't have to buy land. But that house costed about $250,000. He paid off for it in about 4 years, and then he didn't go back anymore. Well, I don't have a house note, so I'm good. And then I have a retirement check, so I'm good. Now, this is not me, not somebody else. So I'm good. So all of those companies who are like that and were like that, they are doing the same thing. They're folding because of the fact that these companies the army is drawing down out of Afghanistan. Can y'all hold for just a second? All right, so they're drawing out of Afghanistan. So companies are literally folding. Some of those companies that makes like Kevlar and flat vests and et cetera, those companies are literally folding, meaning that they're out of business. I worked for a four-star general. At Fort McPherson. And he retired as a four-star general and went to Florida and started a business with making equipment to send to Afghanistan, and got the contract from the Pentagon. Well, he made a whole lot of money. I hope he was putting money away, and he took some people with him. A friend of mine he took with him to start his business, got his business off the ground, and millionaires. Now, those companies like that are folding. Not to say that you no longer need flight jackets, or Kevlars or whatever the case may be, but you won't need them to ship to Afghanistan anymore as they were doing before, or ship to these installations who are in preparation of going to Afghanistan, because they, of course, CJ, you all know, they don't want to take raggedy equipment over there. They don't want to take some Kevlar over there who's messed up. They want our soldiers to have the best and the newest. And so that's one of the reasons they're folding, because we no longer need you. And so my point is that the Republicans, those Republicans who called themselves, and they were upset with the president. They were upset with the president because of the fact that the president pulled out of Afghanistan. Well, yeah, he pulled out, but the fact of the matter is, they're upset, Democrats, because they are part of businesses. Let's just tell it like it is. They are part of businesses that are in Afghanistan, that they own stocks in those businesses. So now to watch your stocks, and tomorrow sometime, I'll give y'all a list of them, a few of them that I know about. Those businesses are folding and coming home, folding and sending their employees home. And then oftentimes you're out of a job, basically. The business is has folded. And that's what's in the news. So I'm thinking it's not the child tax credit. It's not unemployment. And things aren't going that bad, and then the infrastructure bill was passed. So other than that, the other thing that it could be is the fact that we're pulling out of Afghanistan the way we did. You know, there's a difference of snatching something out of something and slowly pulling, you know, the tug of war effect, slowly pulling it out, as 44 President Obama wanted to do. Let's draw down. If we have 100,000 troops over there, let's let this year we're going to bring 20,000 home. Next year we're going to bring 20,000 home. Next year we're going to bring 20,000 home. Next year we're going to bring 20,000 home. That's a drawdown. But the way we're doing it now, and I'm not, you know, more power to our soldiers and sailors and airmen coming home. I like that. I pray for them every day. But the way it was done, it was like let's snatch them out, or like just pull the plug. And then you can see the uproar that it has started. It has started. It affects the market. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm preaching to you all about politics, because these things, it does affect the market. It does affect the market very, very much so. It affects the market. So please understand that. And so when you look at, and I don't know, let me see if it's working now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now it's working. Now, okay. So today I didn't close out as bad as I did on yesterday, almost as bad. And then after hour, I closed out worse than I did today on yesterday. Yesterday was bad. I had some calls today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 out of 5 are in the green. The other 2 are in the red. Two of them, Ms. Bell said 3 of them, I've lost everything. I've lost all of my money because it's down to $1. And it doesn't really come back up from $1. Moderna, I think my cousin CJ said something today about Moderna. CJ, I have a Moderna call that expires on the 20th, which that's this Friday, right? A Moderna call traded to expire on the 20th for $445 call. Now currently it is at $400.80. So I'm like $44.20 off that I need Moderna to kind of like take off like it did on last week, when it went up to $71 one day and then 50 something dollars the next day. All right, AMC didn't do too bad today. AMC didn't do bad today. They closed at $37.14. AMC is a good play, y'all. It's a good play. It really is. If you want to play with AMC, $37.14. They closed today because they made at $37.14 because they made $1.47 today during the market, and then another 2 cents they lost after market. Now, this is how the ticker looked for AMC today. Of course, you can see how it started at the bottom here, and then it kind of went up. So then, of course, we always reading the charts. That's what we're talking about tonight now, reading the chart. You want to buy low. You want to buy low. People who buy when it's up here, that's buying too high. Y'all know the difference between, if somebody want to post it for me, I know CJ know it because he's a quarter of a millionaire or half a millionaire, right? CJ, so you know the difference between bearish and bullish. That's on our t-shirt, right? We know the difference between bearish and bullish. All right. So we want to buy when it's low and hold on to it. Let me get to that thing. We want to buy it when it's down here. Now, of course, when it's down here, right, and it's moving fast, you're gonna have a hell of a time, if I can use that word for you all. You're gonna have a time trying to buy calls when the ticker is moving straight up. Why? Because let me give you an example, and I've told you this before. If you're trying to buy, let me use a real example. If you're trying to buy, let's say trade. If I'm trying to buy, currently AMC is at $37.14. Let's say I want to buy a call for it to go up to $38. That will cost me $140 for one, right? Are we right? Okay. All right. So then the ticker is moving really fast. If you're trying to buy it to say that it's going to go up to $38, and then now you're moving slow and it's already at $38.50 or $38.75, you've missed it. So that means you got to try to get ahead of it. That means that even though it says $38, you're going to get that. You want that $38 one. You'll probably have to go to the $39 one, which will cost you $104. The $38 one will cost you $140. The $39 one will cost you $104. Because always buying that first one, right there, right? The first one is always going to be more expensive. All right. So as you go up to buy the next one up, you're probably going to catch it at that point, and then you're going to get that email saying you purchase it, and then you're going to get the second email saying it executed. When it executed, you have nothing to worry about. You're all good. All right, let's go over now. We're reading the charts. Again. Let me go back to that. Of course, AMC down, up, and then of course you see over here how it was moving. It was moving sideways over there. It moved sideways. That's what I was talking about with sideways snake. You're not really making money, but you're not losing money as well. But then, of course, even though it was moving sideways, it was moving more so up than down. So then it ended up closing at $1.47. But guess what? It had been up today as high as $2.94. So that would have been a good call today. AMC would have been a good call today. So that's reading that chart. Let's see. And then, of course, we told you how for those of you who didn't look at the recording last week, because I went over this on last week, how to read the stats. The stats are right there. Those are the stats, right? Those are the stats. The stats simply tells you what that particular stock opened at this morning, the highs it was today, the lowest it was today, the highs it has been over the past 52 weeks. The lowest has been over the past 52 weeks. The volume, how many of them are out there, the average volume, the market cap, and the PE ratio user, and then the dividend yield, whether or not it pays dividends. So this is AMC. Again, this is AMC. And as you can see, AMC down there, they do pay dividends. They pay dividends of 1.42. I have never lost money with AMC, including today, even though it only made $1.42. I made pretty good money today with AMC. Why? Because I have quite a few shares of AMC. The analyst rating right there, down there, as you can see for that chart. That particular chart is simply telling you nobody, for the most part, on the average, nobody is buying it. 56% of the people are holding on to it, and then 44% are selling it. Remember, AMC was a hot commodity one time, and so a whole lot of people bought a whole lot of it, and then when it leveled off, they quit buying it. So nobody's buying AMC right now. Maybe that's a good thing, right? Maybe you should get some of those AMC, being that it's only $37.14. $37.14. Then it says that 56% of the people that has it are holding on to it. I'm in that percentage. And then, of course, 44% of the individuals that have it are sold. So 44% of the people sold it today. Okay, so that's how you read that chart. And then the earnings chart. The earnings chart is right there where it says earnings. And then you can see the different quarters. For quarter number 2 of FY20, or fiscal year 20, quarter number 3 for FY 20, quarter number 4 for FY20, and then quarter number 1 for FY21, quarter number 2 for FY21. So those are just the different earnings that they made along the way over the past year or so, and whether they were over, above, or right on the mark as far as their earnings. All right. And then the other chart that I wanted to tell you about, which we've done already, if you click trade and then you go to trade option, and then you click August the 20th, for example, and then you click, I want to click that this $37.14 is going to go up to $38 by August the 20th. If I click that one, I can click limited price. And then you can look at the Greeks. The Greeks are at the very bottom. The Greeks are at the very bottom. There's quite a few of them there, and I have a PDF document in the files on the Greeks. For those of you who don't know about that, so just go and read the files, and you can read about all of the Greeks. But I'll tell you which two are most important. Which two are most important? Delta and theta. Delta and theta. Delta and theta. My classmate by the name of Angie. Angie, I see a question. There is something. Let me go to this. Let me go to this for a second. I don't know what's wrong with this thing here. Angie, help me out, CJ, with Angie's question until I'm trying to pull up a slide for her. Angie, it simply means that one is going down real fast and one is going. I can't believe I said all of that without Angie. Let me explain to you again. I said all that and had y'all on mute. But Angie, listen. And I was telling CJ to help me out until I find it, but I found it. And it's on our T-shirt, Angie. It's on our T-shirt. The bearish and bullish is simply up and down. It simply means up and down. For example, if you look at your T-shirt, Angie, you will notice that there's a red arrow going down. That's bearish. That means the market is red. And there's a green arrow going up. That's bullish. The market is green. These are just some fancy terms. They're just some fancy terms. That's all. So that's all bearish and bullish means. Did I make myself clear, Angie? Is that clear? CJ, did I explain that correctly? Bearish and bullish. It's just another term to say up and down, or the market is bad or the market is good. When it's bearish, it's down, bullish is up. And of course, we want it to be bullish. And then, of course, the thing about bullish and bearish, what I just explained a little while ago, is that oftentimes you will try to get in on a particular stock, and the market is so bearish or bullish because it's moving so fast. So you wanting, and I explained a little while ago, you're wanting to purchase a call for $140, saying that AMC is going to go up to $38. But it's so bearish, by the time you put that in, it has surpassed what you're trying to purchase it for. How can you buy a stock for $38 when it's already at $38.50 or $39.29 or 20 cents or 50 cents or whatever? So that won't process. So that means you're going to have to be bearish, and you're going to have to go way beyond what you're trying. If you think it's going to go up, you see that the first one says that the market, AMC for $140 is going to go from $38.14, from $37.14 to $38. Well, because the market is so bearish and it's moving really fast, you're probably not going to. Man, I did that one day last week. Matter of fact, with Moderna, I did it one day last week, and I was like, I hope this process. And I just knew it was not going to process. But the thing about it, the crazy thing about it, number one, the market was bearish, and I purchased the first one, and I just knew I was going to start making a whole lot of money. But all of a sudden, I noticed I left it alone for a second, and all of a sudden, I noticed that it executed. Well, it only executed because the market had turned around, and now it's being bearish. It's coming down, and so it executed, and now I'm starting to lose money. So that's all bearish and bullish is fancy terms for up and down or red and green. That's all it is. So don't let that and that's why it's on the t-shirt, because I want you all to know that. All right. Again, let me get back to the degree. Yeah, Angie, and I think you said something about that last week. Remember, and I'll say this again, if you're trying to buy a stock and the market is moving fast, don't try to get that first one right there, even though that might be the one you want and you can afford. You might want to try to get the next one up. Now, you can go and try that first one, but when you look around, you're not going to get that second email that said it executed. And so now, by the time you look around, it's surpassed that. You know it's not going to execute, so you will need to cancel it. Don't replace it, cancel it. I don't know if I've explained this. No, I know I have explained this before, but let me explain it again. What is the difference between canceling something and replacing something? Who knows? The difference between, if you got a call or a put in and you want to cancel a call or a put versus replacing it. Does anybody know the difference and why do one versus the other? Does anybody know the difference in replace something and cancel something? And I know I'm on a delay here, so I'm going to go on in the essence of time. I know y'all young people who work got to go to work tomorrow, so I don't want to hold y'all up. And I hope your family as well. I haven't seen your son-in-law in a while. Would he quit on me or what? Tell your son-in-law, get on back in here. All right, but here's the difference. When you can't, and we're talking about calls and puts. If you cancel it, it puts the money back into your buying power. And then now you can use that money to buy it back again. If you cancel it, right? But if you replace it, did I say cancel and replace? If you replace it, it's not going to put that money back. It's just going to say, hey, I want to buy another, but you're not going to get that money back. You want your money back. So don't replace it, cancel it. So you get the money back. So you can have the money to rebuy it. Because if you replace it, it is not going to give you your money back. And then if you don't have enough money to buy it again, it's going to hold on to that money. All right. Here's the other thing about reading charts. We're still on that. If you put out, because I do it a lot, because I have literally hundreds of stocks, y'all. I can't even count them, and I'm certainly not bragging, but I literally have hundreds of stocks, and then sometimes I'll sit up late at night and I'll sell about 10 or 15 of them that's not making me money and buy some more, yada, yada. But look, what was I going to say? when you have those stocks, like I just said, and it's not making you money, sell them to buy something else. Sell them to buy something else if it's not making you money. Don't forget the stocks that you have. Those stock, excuse me, when you buy a call or a put on any stock that you have, like I said, I have literally hundreds. Now, sometimes I can't remember because I got a low pad. Where's my low pad at here? I have a pad over here, a spiral, and I write down most of this stuff. But sometimes I don't get an opportunity to do that. Therefore, what happens is that I'll end up uh, I'll end up losing. I mean, not remembering what I've purchased. So what I need you to know is that you need to set yours up that if a particular call or put or even a stock doesn't purchase by the end of the closing day, it'll automatically put your money back in your buying power. Y'all get that? It will automatically put your money back into your buying power. If it doesn't, if your call or your put does not purchase by the end of the day, it will put your money back into your buying power. And you want that to happen. You want that to happen. Otherwise, if you don't set it up like that, then you have that money out there. You have that money out there, and then you don't remember that you have that money out there, and then it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. Okay. So we do want you to know that usually it's going to. I'm going to plug this in. It's going to sell it automatically. You can set it up to sell at the end of the closing day, to selling up at the end of the week, or whatever the case may be. But I'd rather I have it to close it at the end of the closing day so that it'll give me my money back. All right. Hopefully that's helpful to some of you on that. All right. Good evening, Kathy. It's been a while, Kathy. All right. What else? So let's go back to we're reading charts. As I said already, there's the whole PDF document and the files about the Greeks, and the two most important ones are the delta and the theta. And of course, with the delta, with buying calls or puts, you want the number to be as closest to 0.50 as possible. The closer it is to that number for the delta, the better it is. The closer it is, the better it is. That's on the delta for buying calls and puts. Don't forget that the chart will also tell you if a particular stock, let me go back to AMC, if a particular stock pays dividends. If you look at the stats, and you look at the very this side over here, it'll tell you on the dividends that it pays 1.42% dividends. You do want those stocks. You do want those stocks that pays dividends. You do want those stocks to pay dividends. Why? Because in times like these, what we're going through now, where the market is horrible, you're going to make some money somehow. You do want to still make money off of your stock. And then, of course, trust me, don't begin to sell off. Y'all, I'm telling you, I would not believe. I can tell you, y'all would not believe how much money I've lost over the past week or so. Over the past week or so, how much I've lost over the past week or so. Well, overall, if it says over the past month, $1,000, but that's not true. And then it says over the past 3 months, $7,000 I've made. That's not true either. It's more than that. But what I'm saying is that don't begin to sell off because you're hurting each other. We're hurting one another when we begin to sell off. But when people do sell off, you take advantage of it. Because watch this now. Oftentimes the stocks are going to go back up. They're going to go back up. So let's use AMC again. AMC is a pretty good stock to have. And right now it's at $37 and 14 cents. Let's say AMC drops to $15. Some people say hands off. I'm not going to mess with that. It's $15. It used to be $37, but no, that's when I want to buy 10 or 20 more of it. Because you know why? Because if it used to be $37, excuse me for knocking on the table, if it used to be $37, it will go back up to $37 and beyond. So buy low and hold. So when you see a stock drop, oftentimes you've got to take advantage of that. What do? You go to the chart. I'm gonna go to the chart again. We're talking about charts, y'all. We're talking about chart. I had another meeting tonight, and I wasn't all with me today, and so I just couldn't set up this thing out like I wanted to tonight. But I wanted to set my television up and set it so I can show you all some stuff on the television as I'm talking and go along and all that stuff. But if you go to the stock, it'll tell you under the stats. Number one, as we said already, if it pays dividends. Number two, on the stats, you can look and you can see AMC has been up as high over the past 52 weeks, and it wasn't that long ago, to be honest with you, as high as $72.62. It has been as low as 34 over the past 52 weeks, as low as $1.91. So watch this. This is a dollar stock that started less than a year ago at $1.91, and then it went up to $72.62. Now let's talk about today. On today's market, it was as low. It opened at $34.99. It was as high as $38.77, and it was as low as $34.59. And it closed at $37.14. So you see how it's playing around like that. But trust me, AMC, that is why I have so many shares of it. Because AMC is going to go back and beyond $72.62. It will get there. It will get there. And so please don't begin to sell off, number one. Unless if you look at your stocks, like I'll do, I told y'all I got a whole lot of them, right? I can scroll for days. I got a whole lot of them. If you look at a whole lot of them are red too. Y'all saw that. If you look at your stock, but even though some of them are red, let's look at if I look at United Airlines, even though United Airlines is red, I've made a lot of money from it. So just because it's red today, why would I sell it? Because I lost $2 today, but look at over the period of time I've had it, how much I've made. 3 digits, right? $440.82. But today I lost $2.44. So would you sell that or keep that? Reading the charts, that's how you got to read that. Nope, I'm going to keep that one. But I want to see it. So I go through this all the time, so I probably don't have any. Let's look at Maxar. Maxar Technologies, which is MAXR. It closed today at $28.95. And that's another one. I mean, even though, look at it, it closed today in the red. Some people will look at that and say, I'm going to sell that because it's red. No, but you got to go down and look at the chart. How many shares do you have? What is your total return? Is it a positive number or a negative number? In my case, it's a positive number. Today, I lost $2.50 on this one, but overall, I've made $178.73 on that one. So would you sell that or keep that? So before selling off, because everyone is saying sell off, remember, this is the market. So over the past week, it hadn't been all that great, right? It has not been all that great. But overall, when the market turns, it turns. And so I want those high numbers in stocks. I'm not talking call and options. I'm talking stocks. I want the high numbers in stocks so the stocks can make money for me. Someone told me the other day that I had talked to them about stocks back in January. They had bought 5 or 6 stocks back in January for about $115, $120 or something like that now. And now that they had just left it alone, haven't been paying attention to it, actually forgotten about it. And the other day, they got a new phone and then put Robinhood back on the phone. Robinhood back on the phone, went back in the application, and now that $150 or $15 they have or something like that is now worth $800. And they didn't even do anything. They didn't even do anything, but that stock is worth $800 now. And that's something else. And that's something else. So don't sell off. Hold on. Buy low and hold. Buy low and hold. I'm just trying to make sure that we get over all of these charts that we know. And of course, we talked about it, the analysis rating. We talked about the earnings, those stocks that pays. And then I don't even think I posted an earnings chart this week. I'll look for one for the rest of the week. But earnings, when a company pays their earnings, you want to be in on that. And sometimes those are a good time to have some of those inexpensive calls. So when they have the earnings call, either before the market opens or after the market closes, if the projection is over, you will get some of that money as well. So those are about pretty much all of the charts. The other charts that is kind of hard to show you all is the chart that if I turn that upside down, there's a bunch of charts that I have on one of my computer for particular stocks. My 5 favorites, and I think you all know what they are, like Amazon and Google and Tesla and Chipotle and Apple. Those are money makers. So I have a chart for those 5, and then they're side by side, and I can see throughout the day what they're doing. And sometimes I will say, Apple is dropping. It is dropping. I'm going to let it drop some more to save $10 or $15, and then I'm going to buy some more. And you would probably think, well, why would you want to buy something when it drops? That's when you buy it. Buy low and hold, because it's going to go back up. Now with Apple is slow in each direction. So it'll slowly, you lose some money slowly. And then that same money you've lost, you're going to gain it back. And then you're going to gain some money slowly, unless something is crazy happens with Apple. And we know nothing has really happened with Apple since the iPhone 12. So nothing, and then these AirPods. And so other than that, nothing has really happened with Apple. Angel, good to see you. Let's see, we have been on 52 minutes. We have about 8 minutes. Angel, I've explained to everyone else, and I know you have yours as well. Everyone else, those of you who have your t-shirt, enjoy your t-shirt, take a picture, post it on our page with your t-shirt on. And for those of you who would like a t-shirt, those of you who does not have a t-shirt, what I need you to do is to DM me or text me, whatever you have, DM me or text me, whatever the case may be, your address and your shirt size. And you probably want to size up. I don't know if they were perfect size for you all. You probably want to size up sometime because they're 100% cotton. And then Cash App me $5 for shipping and handling. All right, for shipping and handling. All right, and then I'll send you the shirt. I'm not even asking you to pay for the shirt. I'm just asking you to pay for the shipping and handling, and I will get it out to you immediately. So post a picture with your shirt. Tell others about our pages and everything, because when we begin to turn around on this thing called the stock market, and it begins to really move in our favor and in our direction, we're going to be in the money. So that's why I don't get worried about none of this stuff, because I know the market. I've been doing this for a while. I know the market. Certainly, I hope I've answered everyone's question. Angie said she's good with her question. And yes, that is why, Angie. Yes, that is why. And again, hope all is well with you and family. And then we were saying earlier, Angie, before you got on, the market is probably, that's me now, not me. I didn't read anything on this. This is me from knowing the market. We know that they passed an infrastructure bill a few weeks ago, so the market should have been good because of that. We know they're still giving out CTC, child tax credit, The market should be good because of that. Unemployment wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad as I thought it would be. So the market should have been good because of that. But what's going on? What is the latest going on? The latest thing that's going on is the abruptly pulling out of the troops out of Afghanistan, and a whole lot of companies are folding because of that. Why do you think the Democrats and the Republicans are mad with the president? Because a lot of them have businesses over there, or businesses that has something to do with the war in Afghanistan. They have businesses with to do with the war in Afghanistan. Remember the thing about Vice President at the time, Biden, and his son, and what was going on with his son was going to. That's where they had their money at. Y'all need to do like these politicians and me. I put my money where the politicians put their money because it's kind of safe. Because they don't want to lose their money like that. So now when the Democrats start beating up on the president, he probably changed his mind. He said, you know how much money you're making me lose? I might lose my house in Maui or something like that, or Malibu, California, because of the way you're drawing us. And so we need to rethink this instead of just pulling the plug. Let's do a drawdown. And so I don't understand, I've never been a general, but I've known some very brilliant generals, but I don't understand how the general can sit there and suggest to the boss, he is the boss and the buck stops with him. But I hope the five generals was telling him that we should not do it like this for many different reasons. Not just the reasons for financial reasons, because of the individuals who had an invested interest as far as a business over there, but to leave the people like that, just move out slowly. But hey, he's at the end of the day, if he's the president, and then it comes to the Republicans, I'm not talking about y'all Republican parties, but I'm just saying that when it comes to them, certainly they did not want to come out like that. Certainly, they did not want to come out like that. But you know what? If 45 was president, they would have done it like that because, they kind of like, we don't care about people. We just want to get our stuff out there. He probably would have advised them to get y'all company out there because I'm coming out, and then everybody would have been happy. But in this way, that's our government. All right. All right. Thank you all for being on tonight. Again, today is Tuesday. On tomorrow night, if I get on again, it'll probably be somewhere around 8 o'clock, 8:15 on tomorrow night. And then once again, we will talk to the newbies, because today's Tuesday, we'll talk with those who are new more so, but still, we're going to talk about reading the charts again. We're going to talk about reading the charts again, the charts for the stocks. How do I know whether or not this is a good stock to purchase? And for example, for some of them I don't have, I'll see. I'll go to one and get a and research it. Let me see. There's one I don't have. Let's see one of them I don't have. I got Delta Airline, Norwegian, got Carnival, got United Airline, got yada, got Spirit Airline, got all of that stuff. MGM, Ford, Uber. I don't think I have Uber. Let's see if I have Uber. I don't have Uber. All right, so here, this is a perfect. All right, it says I used to have Uber, and I sold all of it September the 15th, 2020. What did I sell it as? And back then, $37.90. See, I sold it, all of it that I had, for $37.98 a share, September of last year. And now it's almost September of another year, and Uber is only up to $41. Well, it moved, but it didn't move as fast as I would have liked it to move, and I didn't think it would. So I sold all of it September of last year. Currently, Uber is at $41. Now, for those, it's not a bad stock. It's not a bad stock. It has been as high over the past year. It has been as high as $64.05 a share. It has been as low over the past year as $28.48 a share. Today, it has been as low as $40.58 a share. Today's high was $41.48 a share, and it opened this morning at $41.06 a share, and it closed at $41 a share. So it closed in the red because it lost 50 cents, and they do not trade after market. You would think that because of COVID, that Uber would have blown up in from September last year to September 2021. You would think Uber would have doubled. Remember, because when everything was closed down and some people were still Ubering stuff out and everybody had to stay home, but Uber was still, you would think that would have DoorDash and Uber, et cetera, but that did not happen. That did not happen. So Uber is a slow growth stock. They do not pay dividends. Yes, you can trade with them. You can trade with them. For example, you can, and they're not expensive. Why? Because Uber doesn't move that fast. Uber is currently at $41 even. You can bet that it's going to move up by August the 20th, which is this Friday, to $42, and that would only cost you $29. But the Greek, if you look at the Greek for that one, Cornelius, if you look at the Greek for that one, is 0.2843 for a call. Now I'll leave it alone. I leave it alone. I would leave it alone. Now, I would leave it alone for now. But for the risk takers, those of you who are risk takers and want to do that, I mean, the more power to you, because like I said, over the past year, 37, 30, 39, 40, over the past year, they've only made $4. $4. Now, you would have made pretty good if you had a lot of this particular stock. Maybe if you had 10, you would have made $40 on Uber. But for one, you would wait $4. I mean, if it was one, I made $10 for one, that would have been pretty good. But $4 for one over a year, over 12 months, $4, that's not fast enough for me. So it's not, and that's me. That's my way of thinking. That's how I look at them as far as buying the stock. All right. Angie, I think Angie is saying she has a Pfizer call. Pfizer, let me look at Pfizer. Pfizer, I think we need to get, from what I'm hearing, we're going to need to get a booster, y'all. Pfizer is doing pretty good. It went up by $1.51 today. It closed at $50.18. It pays dividends, does it? Yes, it pays pretty good dividends, 3.17, because my dividends was paid on September the 7th. No, my dividends will be paid on September the 7th, 2021, the dividends. And it looks like I'm going to get about $3.90 per share of that. And then I have quite a few shares of Pfizer. Pfizer is not doing bad. It's not doing bad. It's a good one to play around with, because if I'm not mistaken, let me go to trade option. Let's go to trade option on August the 20th. If I want to buy a call for August the 20th to say that Pfizer will go from $50.18 to $51, that will only cost me $59. Let's look at the limit price. Let's look at the Greeks. The Greeks is all the way up to 40. So that's pretty good. The Greeks is up to 40, and then the delta is up to 0.40, and the theta is minus 0.15. Pretty good for Pfizer. So Angel said hers is doing pretty good. I expect that I should get some of those. I'll write myself a note to get some of those tomorrow when the market opens. I sometimes I'll buy them when the market's closed, but I like to buy them when the market opens because I want to see them execute instead of wondering did they execute or forget that I had actually bought it or whatever the case may be. I'm over time, y'all. Again, one more time. Don't forget about the t-shirts. Y'all post your t-shirt. Put on your t-shirt and post them. Tell others about the t-shirt. If those of you who are on want a copy of the t-shirt, one of the t-shirts, please DM me your address and your size. And if I were you, I would size up in most cases. And then cash at me $5 for shipping and handling. And then I don't know if CJ pinned if he pinned that Cash App, I think it's $ the Polo Guy, ThePologui. I think y'all know it's my favorite clothing wear. Good night, family. Hope everyone have a wonderful trading day on tomorrow. Hope everyone have a wonderful day on tomorrow. Stay wet, stay dry. That is, stay dry. Stay out of the weather. Be safe. I love and care about each and every one of you. Peace.